Okay, this lipstick is a mood, it's a moment, it's a choice. I'm not loving it. Hello my lovely, welcome to today's video. I am going to tell you how I have been faring with these products I've pulled from my stash. This year I'm going to downsize my makeup collection. I know we shouldn't say collection, but I'm saying a collection. To a more capsule makeup wardrobe, so to say. With every product I pull from my collection to put on my face, I know that I love, or it is not in my collection anymore. That is what I'm working on this year, and how I have been doing that is by picking a few products, like practically a full face of products from my collection. I use them for 2 weeks and then I come back and I tell you what I think of them, if I'm going to keep them, if I'm going to declutter them, and why, because I think that's important to know why. And today I'm going to go into this little thing, so let's get started. Every 2 weeks I create a short picking all of the products, shopping my stash, so to say, and then after 2 weeks I come back and I film this video letting you know what I think of the products. And I'm going to start off with my primer. Let's start with the beginning. I have been using this e.l.f. Putty Poreless Putty primer for 2 weeks, and I must say I really enjoy this primer. It does what it should do. It is filling my pores. It is not making any of the zone, because I only put it in my T-zone. It doesn't make it oily. It's a very nice smooth base for my makeup. So this is definitely staying. This is a lovely, lovely product. And I also pulled a primer for your eyeshadow. This is the Nars Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This I don't love. This I can say I kind of hate it. It doesn't have any coverage. I need coverage on my eyes. I need coverage from my eyeshadow primer, and this doesn't have that. It's like this white stuff. It is quite smooth and it stays a little silicone, I might say, on the eye. But what I've noticed is it's so difficult for me and the way I apply my eye makeup to smooth or to blend makeup onto it, to blend my eyeshadows onto this. It looks patchy. I skip and look, it looks patchy and I skip with eyeshadows I normally don't have that problem with. So I don't love this. I try to make this more of like a base for my shimmer shadows, and of course it works as a shimmer shadow base. It's just not better than anything else I have in my collection. So with a lot of pain in my heart, but I am going to get rid of this because I don't love it, and I don't want that. I want to love everything I have, and I don't love this. So I think I'm going to give it away to someone. I wouldn't know to whom yet, but I'm going to try and see if I can give it away. Then this one, this is the Bite Beauty Agave Lip and Line and Define Lip Primer. Sorry, I need glasses. I'm turning 40 in a few months and I'm there. I need glasses. It's this one. It smells a little minty. Yeah, it's a little. It smells minty, very minty. I don't know if this does anything. It's quite old, so I think I'm gonna get rid of it because it doesn't do anything. It's old. It's minty. I don't like mint on my lips, so this is going. Sometimes it's a little bit painful to do that. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's go into my foundation of these 2 weeks. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. I have mine in 220 linen. This is a finicky foundation. It's not the most easy foundation in my collection. I have a video dedicated to this one. This settles in your lines like it wants to start a new civilization there. I don't know what this does, but it's like, if I use it in a regular, normal, how I used to use, or how I like to use my foundations, or how I'm used to use my foundations, this doesn't work like that. But if I do the finicking, then this looks so beautiful. It wears so beautiful for such a long time. But I need to use the right primer. The e.l.f. primer is a good one. I need to not use a lot of it on my forehead. So I just use 1 drop. I start in my T-zone because I have the most redness and the most spots in my T-zone. Then I go to my chin. Then I blend it out over my whole face. And then with the teeniest, tiniest bit that is left on the sponge, I do my forehead. And then I'm okay. I need to babysit a little bit until it has set, because it dries down quite matte. I don't set my whole face, and it's just it dries down fully. But if I do that and I put a little bit of the setting spray Fix Plus over it, then and I have to use the right powder, because I'm going to talk about the powder in a second. These two are not friends. And it could be the powder, but if I use a good powder, if I use the right powder, the right primer, the right technique, then it looks stunning. And then this is one of the best wearing foundations I have in my collection. So this is staying, but I have to remember the whole, like, that it comes with a manual. I have to remember that. I just have to. Next up is my concealer for these last 2 weeks. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Lip Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. Well, it's a long name. It's a beautiful concealer, consistency wise. I really like it, but I think I have Bureau. I don't know for sure, but you can see. Oh, I hope. Let me turn down the lights a little. Hope you can see. This is so dark. So dark. It's way, 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 way too dark for me. It's even darker than my foundation. And this is like a spot on skin tone match for me, especially in winter. 2020, no, 220 linen is my perfect shade. This is way too dark. So this I am going to give away. I'm going to give this one away. But if I'm done, this is a formula I really enjoy. It has a lot of coverage. It has enough moist to it that it doesn't dry down very quickly, and you have to set it. I have to set all my concealers, but it gives this like more natural finish. It doesn't dry down or dry out your under eyes. I really love it. It doesn't go into the lines, and I have lines down there, so it can, you know, if it wants to. There's a lot of opportunity for it to go into lines. There's a lot of lines there. But it doesn't. So I really, really enjoy this. It's just way too dark. And I don't know how I got this dark of a shade. I don't know. But it's way too dark. So I'm going to give this away. But I might repurchase. And I tried to use it on my face, you know, but it's even too dark for that. It's the undertone maybe. I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to go into my powder. This is the Rimmel... what's it called? The Stay Matte powder. The Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is like a Holy Grail status makeup product from 2016. So I bought it, I think, around that time. No, I think I bought it around 2017. I shouldn't lie. This is in the shade 005 Silky Beige. It smells like face paint. Kind of a smell, very makeup-y. And I don't know, I think I can honestly say that I have this for almost 6 years. So I think it's time to toss it. One, because I don't really love the formula. It's not bad. It's not a bad formula, but it's not great. It's not like, I have powders that are way better than this one. I can't use it on my under eyes because it's way too matte. And it says stay matte, so I shouldn't fault it for that. It does what it needs to do, or says that it does. But it's not for me, so I'm going to get rid of this. The next thing I'm going to talk about is this Kimchi Chic Thailor Contour, or Thailor Contour, and it's in the shade 01 Tawny. This is the little product, and I must say, this is like a true contour shade for me. It's very cool toned, it has a lot of red base to it, and it blends really nicely. I have B-roll, I think. And in the beginning you think, ooh, this is going to be a patchy mess. But it's not. You can really, really blend that out. And I put a lot on my brush, to be fair, in the clip. And this one I also love, because I don't really use this as like a setting powder necessarily, or like a contour for hair, because I don't do that. That's not my makeup technique. But I love to use it as a brow highlighter. And you see me in the clip also using this one in my crease. I've done that today. It's a beautiful shade for that. So if, like today, I'm not wearing a lot of eye makeup. I'm practically not. I'm wearing only this. I have a very low maintenance makeup look today. And this is how I do that. This little thing. So I put this on my, I don't use it as a bronzer. I bronze up a little here, but it's truly a contour shade, and then I go in with a blush. So if you love a look that is not very bronze because you want your blush to shine, then this is really pretty as well. I'm going to keep this because I really was so happily surprised by that product. Then the next one is this Chantecaille product. This is a Radiance Chic Cheek and Highlight Duo in Coral. And look at the packaging. Oh my god. The packaging is so stunning. It's such a luxe feeling. I kept the box. It's over here. Because I don't want this to damage. And I know that is silly, but I just don't want it to damage. This is the product. Look at it, how shiny it is. It is so beautiful. In the beginning, I must say, this is the shade for the blush and this is the highlight shade. In the beginning, I must say you have to go through a little bit of a layer, I think, because in the beginning I was like, it doesn't pick anything up. So I use a firmer brush. I have this Refer 04. It has this little slant, and I also have something similar from the NG Hot and Flashy BK Beauty collab, and this is the A507. This is a little bigger. And these two I really love to use for this one because they have a little bit more density to them. So they pick up a little bit more product. Because in the beginning I was trying to lift this or pick this up with this Linda Hallberg or LH Cosmetics brush 310. And I really love this if you want something. If you have a blush, you know it's really pigmented, but you really love it and you really want to use just a little bit, then this is really beautiful. And as you can see, it's quite a bright color. So that is what I thought I needed because it was going to pick up a lot. It doesn't pick up a lot. I have to go in here. But as you can see in the clip, it was a lot when I put it on. So I have to be a little bit more careful. Still use something like this, but go in a little bit more careful because I think I broke through a little bit of a layer here. Totally fine, not worrying, no, it's fine, it's okay that happened, that's a thing, but I know now. But look at like, this gives such a stunning, I love this kind of a color because I really love to let my blush shine sometimes, and this is so beautiful because it has a little sheen to it. It looks so natural, it looks so beautiful on the skin. I love this product. And also the highlighter is just, it's a beautiful highlighter. It's not a highlighter you can see from outer space, but it's a beautiful enhancing your features, giving you that glow from within type of highlighter. So this is definitely staying, and I'm really glad that I loved it because it's an expensive product. But I love it. I love it, and I'm so glad that I love it. Next up, I'm going to talk about this mascara. This is the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes from Charlotte Tilbury. I have it in the shade Super Black. I don't know if you have a little less black or brown or something. I don't know if she has that, but it's a bit the same with the what's it called? Foundation. Jeez, that took a while. This mascara, I have used it today. I love this when I'm wearing something like this, like a little, not a lot of makeup, not a lot of eye makeup, because it really shines when I use it like that. This is the one with the weird wand. Let me start off with saying, this is the one with that wand that you have to, you use this side to goop or put the product on, and then you turn it, and then you have these bristles, and then you comb the product through. In theory, that is a very beautiful way to do it because you have your base of your eyelashes get a lot of product, so you have a lot of volume. This definitely gives my lashes a lot of volume. It also gives it length. And if I'm doing it correctly, and if there's not too much on there, then I can get a beautiful separated lash as well. So in theory, if I have a good day, or this has a good day, or my lashes have a good day, then it works beautifully. But if it doesn't, it looks like a clumpy mess. So I am going to keep it. I am going to continue using it, but I know when and when I shouldn't. It is what it is, but I'm keeping it. I'm going to use it up. I won't repurchase it because it's too much of a hassle, but I have it and it's okay. It's okay to use, so I'm going to use it up. Then I have this little mini flimmy from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's the brow definer, and it is in a shade, I think, there was a shade. Wasn't there a shade? Ooh, medium brown. This is beautiful color for my lashes. It's perfect. It's like that. It's this little swatch. It's very cool toned. I have quite dark brows, but this doesn't give off a lot of product, so I can really just build them. I can fill them in, and then I use the little spoolie to comb the product through. It's fine. It's a fine product. I like it. I enjoy it. I'm going to just use it regularly. I think it's really handy to take traveling because of its size. So yeah, nothing more to say here. It's a beautiful product. The only thing is, it's like the same shape as the Benefit Goof Proof. It's nice, but I do prefer when the little pencil is more like the Precisely My Brow. And this is the same as the Goof Proof one. Not a big worry. It's just not necessarily my preference. But it's a good enough product to use, so I'm going to use it. And then the elephant in the room, this lipstick. This is the MAC Wagasa Twirl lipstick. This was in that Boom Boom Bloom collection. Look at this little container. This is totally why I bought it. This is the shade. I don't know. Well, I do know. I don't love it. I think it's very ugly on my lips. I don't think the formula is really nice. It collects in my... Even though I use the primer. Now, it could be the primer, but I don't think so because I scrub my lips and I put some Laneige over it right now. And then I put this on. This morning or the last 2 weeks, I have been using that primer from By Beauty. It doesn't work. It collects a little bit in your lines. It lays on your lips. It's just an old formula. I think, I don't know. So I'm going to get this little bullety thing out of here. I'm going to pry it out of this little thing. And then I'm going to put something else in there that I love, but I don't necessarily need to keep the boring packaging. I'm going to put it in here. I have another one like this. I think I'm going to do the same thing with that one because I don't really love that one as well. So that's fun. So the container is staying, the product is going. And then the last thing I'm going to declutter is this Glamlight Ice Cream Dream palette. And this is, oh my gosh, this was a moment. You know, the thing is, I bought this before I did my whole project with my eyeshadow palettes. Last year I used all my eyeshadow palettes at least once, and I've learned that I don't love a full color spectrum look. I don't like that. I like to have a beautiful crease, like a little bit more toned down crease, and then play it up with a beautiful colors on the lid. It could be totally matte. I prefer matte shadow, so a complete matte look is what I prefer. But I play it up with color. So my crease is kind of neutral, kind of toned down, and then the lids get played up. This doesn't do anything like this. Is only colors. And it's big. It's the size of my head. I don't really like that. These shades are all the same. Or too same mesh to really, you know, warrant being 4 or 5 of them. This one is the only one I can use to deepen up my look. And it's very red toned. It's a very red toned, purpley red toned brown. So if I want to do something neutral, it doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes I want to do something neutral, especially for work. But if I want to do that like neutral crease and then use color, it doesn't work. Because this one, even though you would think it's very neutral color, it's not really. It is very red based. And the thing is, every time I opened this palette, I was like, what am I gonna do? Do I have to use this? That's not a good feeling. That is not a good feeling. If you open something, if you want to use something, and if you're opening up your products, you want to use it. You want to be happy. You want to have inspiration. And I don't get it from this one. So I'm going to toss this. I also have the Lost in Los Angeles palette from BH Cosmetics. I think this is a good replacement for that. So this can go. And I think it's a little sad because it was really expensive, and I know a lot of people in the community love this palette, but it's just not for me. It's not my preference, so I'm going to get rid of it. And I'm glad that I know my preferences now, so I don't make the same mistake again. Alright, so let's round this up. The only things I'm going to keep is the mascara, is the foundation, is the Putty primer, the Radiance Chic Cheek contour thingy, the Chantecaille cheek duo, and my brow product from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm going to toss these. The powder, the lipstick, the concealer, this primer for my lips, and the eyeshadow primer, and of course this palette. So I think I did good. I think I'm going to get rid of half of the products, and I think that is a very good score. Let me know down below what you think of this whole project, what you think of this video. Let me know. I'm so dying to hear from you. Do you have a big collection? Do you want to do something like this? Please follow along. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. There will be a new Picking My Basket short this week because I want to keep up with that. So I'm going to have one this week. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. And then I'm just going to thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing because I would love to see you in my next one. Bye!